Now we're moving to a more complex movement. Instead of one bell clean, we're going to focus now on double bell clean. Okay. Now, before I start and I show you what we need to do with single bell, which I have already done in my previous video where I have shown and exhibited single bell clean and rack position, I will give you those pointers and then I will do the same thing with double bell. Now, everything remains same. What does that mean? That means we still have to breathe. Small inhale, exhale, 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 and then small inhale. So I'm exaggerating my breathing a little bit for you to understand well. Now, since we have two bells, the hand that does not hold kettlebell in the single kettlebell swing or hand-to-hand swing needs not to be forced to move, because it will move automatically with the hand that's holding bell. Why? Because this time we are lifting two kettlebells at the same time. Okay. Also, when we come in rack position, the curved part of the bell should be resting against the curved part of my palm, my hand, and the lower part of the kettlebell handle should be resting on my ulnar bone. My elbows should be resting on my belly, and here my thumbs should be right opposite to my chest and also closer to the center line of the body. Okay. So, having said that, there are other pointers such as there are methods that athletes use. Some athletes keep a handle on top of the other handle when they are in rack position. Some athletes like to keep it parallel to each other but not touching. But one thing that we want to make sure when we do double bell clean is that we do not get our fingers caught in between the handles of the kettlebell, because that puts you at the risk of injury or also probably losing your nail or nails. Okay? So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how the hands have to be free, as I've shown in the previous video. So when you do kettlebell swing double bell, there is one change that you have to make, and that is about the stance. And about the stance also I've spoken in the past. Which stance do you want to keep, where you open the knee and swing the bell, or you want to stand wide and then swing the bell. So that's up to you which one you want to choose based on what suits you the most. So I'll show 10 reps here. Focus on breathing, focus on movement. We go. So I'm showing you handle over handle technique, but my fingers are open. I'm not keeping them in between the handles, like I said. Then I run myself at the risk of getting injured. So elbows on belly. Okay. And if I come close to you, you will see you're in this position. Curved part of the handle is against the curved part of my hand, and my elbows are resting on my belly, and the lower part of the handle is still resting here. Okay? Yes. Alright. Now, before we move on, in kettlebell, when we are going down and we are coming up, both movements are equally important. I'll tell you why. So, if I were to tell you to jump high, you first go down, then you take off. Okay? You would not just stand and try to take off. Similarly, if I want a full extension of my hip and knees, I want to throw the belts back by flexing my hips and knees and then extending them. So my extension, will come as a reflex of flexion. So if this is flexion to extension, in kettlebell, this is flexion to extension, technically. Okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, try not to restrict the bells. Let me go slightly far. Try not to restrict the bells on your way down and focus only on your way up. No, you've got to focus on both. Going back and coming up. Going back and coming up. Okay? So be patient because I'm breaking this down for you so that you understand it well. Check this out. Look at the backward face and also the upward face. Full down. Right? Right? So, all the way back and all the way up. Focus on both movements. I hope this helps.